This is Star Wars Jedi Starfighter on Xbox Series X. Taking a look at this original Xbox title where, it's based on the Star Wars universe, the galaxies in turmoil. As the events of Star Wars Episode 2 unfold, attack the clones. Gallia embarks on behalf of the Jedi Council to investigate disturbances within the Karthakk system. So, yeah, obviously, being an original Xbox title, backwards compatibility, you get like a 4K resolution, obviously, because there's black bars on the side. It's not, perfectly scaled, but you get what I'm talking about. You get the improvements to the quality and the experience of it. And yeah, it's a Star Wars game that's basically entirely based around the idea of flying around in a starship, which is kind of, I don't know, exciting to some degree if you like doing that. You get a variety of missions, there's like local 2 players you can do, and that's really what this one is. You just get to enjoy the action of flying around in a ship, and it actually looks pretty intense, I gotta say. Which is kind of exciting, and yeah, I'm just gonna be showing this off. We've obviously turned off the Star Wars music because you know what that's like to deal with. Always funny, but yeah, no, it's kind of a cool sort of experience. There's also auto HDR support, so it looks a little bit more vibrant because obviously the space backdrops and the little lights and stuff like that. It just adds a nice little quality to the experience and how you kind of take it in. And it's actually fairly smooth too, which is a little surprising as well. But yeah, you're just kind of doing your missions, flying through space, getting objectives done, finishing off the planet. You get some different weapon options too for how you eliminate your opponents. Pretty good zoom in as well. You could really see the next gen look of the environments. It's amazing. The droid starfighters. But yeah, a variety of different missions and objectives and things to accomplish. It's kind of interesting. That guy doesn't really look like anybody from Star Wars, just like the guy that was wearing like, basically some robes they wore into work and threw him in the corner of the screen there. It's kind of a little funny. So you got some objectives, obviously, to deal with. I think probably, I don't know if we can actually... Ow! I don't like getting shot up here. I'm trying to think of where I'm getting shot. I do not appreciate that. Oh, and you can do like first person or third person if you didn't know. So you press the back button and you can swap between the two. Okay, I actually got to find out who is like shooting me up here. Oh, it's like a turret?
Status update or side.
Ow. So we got like missile things. See if we can just even ourselves up. And then we've got different options that you can kind of choose between. You see that green stuff on the bottom there. You do like power and that. I'm gonna take out these droids. Okay, did that ship just go through the base? It just seems very unrealistic. I'm out here trying to do my proper battling, but then this stuff pops up. Unbelievable. It's kind of like targeting different things, just tapping RP, you get different targets. So it's very much, kind of a, I guess you could say a typical sort of space Star Wars title, if that makes sense. And sometimes it's not all like space, sorry, I should say that. But like an aerial type dogfighting-esque Star Wars game. Like sometimes you're over top of planets doing battles as well, like kind of on, like there's islands and stuff, and you're out in the air kind of facing off against that, and that's sort of what it is, the capital turret. Whoa, look at that explosion. We are, I don't know, investigating. It's just like a classic original Star Wars title. I'm sure someone played it back in the day, kind of doing like, the different missions, getting your objectives done, taking out enemies. I thought this one was kind of a cool level to show because, well, it's in space. I think last time I did this, I was on the 1X doing a video, and for that one I did one of the kind of the missions over an island or something like that, which might be kind of a cool one to switch over to actually. So we're gonna do that just so you can see, a slightly different level scenario, which might be fun. You got capital ships, capital turrets. There's always things you gotta blow up and cause destruction to. I like the zoom in though. I do actually like the zoom in. It's kind of nice. That was a speed burst, by the way, if you were wondering. But yeah, I do want to show off a bit of the island. Just wondering if we could finish the objectives pretty quickly here. Not have too long of a level. Yeah, ship flying can be kind of fun. It's just sort of also funny having, like, this old school thing back from years ago. What? Who's taking what out? Anyways, let's switch over to that other level there and show it. So this is the level I was talking about. You're just kind of like a different thing. It's the Jedi Starfighter too, right? Which is kind of cool. You can also see the incredible visual detail. They sure don't make them like they do like this anymore. Actually, we did get squadrons. That one looks pretty great. I'd say, kind of reflections in that. It's not bad. It's probably mirroring or duplicating the thing in the water, I would imagine. But, it does, for the time, kind of look like a beach-type planet area that you're fighting over. It's kind of lovely. Lovely and majestic.
Maintain your targets.
Look at me just taking these guys out. TF Scarab. I wonder how much of this is actually canon. Probably none of it anymore. You always gotta wonder when you're looking at Star Wars projects, is like, in this era, what is actually considered canon? And back then it didn't matter, but nowadays it's like, everything's gotta be in the continuity. Objective complete. That actually, like, really upscales quite nicely this ship.
What now? We have incoming hostiles with multiple vectors. I can't work under these conditions. Can I get some help here?
No. It's like we've got a battleship. Didn't know they had battleships. Hey, look, that's that thingy that drops off troops usually.
Okay, Nim, you won't regret this.
Just keep her away from me.
Maybe it's like a water variant of it.
Look out, they'll stop. That carrier has a droid control device on it. If we take it out, the droid should shut down. I will keep that in mind.
I'm giving her all she's got.
Eliminate enemy presence. We can't hit them when they're underwater.
Then we must simply wait for them to surface.
So much more intense in the first person. Although I do like to see the actual ship kind of flying around. I think that's kind of fun for me. What an old school classic sort of Star Wars game.
Transport's on the water. You need to stop these battle droids. They're almost on top of me. Don't let those droids stop
Do
my
this, do that. I'm getting destroyed by the enemy. Oh, blah 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 blah.
Somebody get over here.
I just want to shoot things. My Jedi Starfighter. It's just almost comical to be like looking back at some of these titles, because these would have been like, full price releases that were all intense, and people would get hyped up and be like, look at all the Star Wars games. It was a simpler time, I think. Definitely a simpler time, that's for sure. Gaming was a lot different, but with that, I think that about showcases our adventure with Starfighter. Kind of gives you an idea, you know, of what the experience is like. Like those ultra realistic terrains. It's so next gen from that gen. It's just, you know, unfathomable. The visuals have plateaued to such a degree, obviously. And it sure doesn't get much better than this when it comes to flying, I tell you. It's majestically lovely beaches with a beautiful... Like, it actually does legitimately, for its time, look really cool. Like, that's kind of a lovely sunset. There's probably people, or sunrise, or whatever it is. I don't know the rules of this planet. Like, the developers were probably like, oh, this looks damn amazing, guys. Woo! They're probably like high-fiving and everything like that, and I'd be like, yeah, definitely earned. Because this one is actually pretty solid looking, I gotta say. A battle droid? We gotta shoot battle droids on the beach? Okay. So much effort.